Good morning, ELD students. I know some of you are still struggling with the idea of annotating the articles using the notice and note signpost. And so I wanted to create a short video to help you because it's important that you understand how to highlight these signposts because we're going to be using it in the next unit that we go into with our Edge books. So first of all, what you're going to need to do when you open this assignment is you're going to need to open the nonfiction article uh, and make it a Google Doc in order for you to be able to annotate on it. And this will take a minute. While that's loading, you will use the same concept of finding the signposts with the Seals with High-Tech Hats article as well, okay? So when I open this article, as a class, I don't know if you remember, but we answered the three big questions together. What surprised me? What did the article think I already knew? What challenged, changed, or confirmed what I already knew? So we had answered those, but you also can answer them on your own as well. And I'm going to move the camera over. Okay, so the idea is that you notice the signpost and then you make a note about it. And how you make that note is you answer the question that is connected with the signpost. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, because at a minimum, you needed to identify one each of the signposts. That's all. As you get better at this, you will do more and more and more. But for now, I'm happy if you can find one of each of the signposts. So quoted words, we're going to scroll down through the article, and we know that quoted words appear when they're in quotation marks. So we have here, we're just going to highlight this. And we know that from the key up there, we were supposed to highlight it in like a peachy color, right? We want to be able to see. So we have it highlighted. And then off to the right, you click on the comment box, okay? And then the question that goes with that signpost is, why did the author quote this person or source? So you noticed the signpost of the quoted words, and now you're going to make a note about it. You're going to say, I think the author quoted this source. You can just use the question because. And then it's going to require you to actually read the quote. The point was, here's what this book does well, Saxena says. Maybe they weren't everybody's favorite books, but they were good examples of the craft of writing. So I think the author quoted this source because it shows why Dr. Seuss's books are read in the classroom. But don't make this more complicated than it is, okay? I think some of you are overthinking it, and then you just hit comment. All right, we're going to go back and we're going to find the next one. Word gaps. Word gaps are vocab words that you don't understand. So like I said, for all of you, this could be something different. But let's go down. Emblematic. Maybe I don't know what emblematic means. And I know from the key, I'm supposed to highlight it. I go back up in yellow. So I highlight it in yellow. And again, I click on the plus because I noticed the signpost and now I need to make a note about it. And I go back, what was the question? Do I recognize this word from somewhere else? So you can say, I don't know what this word means. But based on how it's used in the paragraph, I could say, I think it means a symbol for, and you can even put a question mark, or you can get out your handy dandy phone go to dictionary.com and put in I got to spell it, emblematic, and it pops up, and it says it serves as a symbol. So you could put the definition, serves as a symbol. I would recommend looking up the word so that you do know what it means, and then you make a comment, you post it. Okay, you noticed the signpost, and you made a note about it. Let's do the third one, numbers and stats. So we're going to scroll down. Where do we see any numbers or stats or statistics? Okay. I think in the very end, there was one. 650 million of his books are in circulation worldwide. And I have to go back because I can't remember. So that has to be highlighted in green. I'm going to go back, highlight it in a lighter green so I can see it. And again, so I notice the signpost. Now I make a note about it. And what was the question I'm supposed to answer on numbers and stats? Why did the author include these numbers and amounts? So again, I have to go back and read. What did I highlight? 650 million of his books. So, gosh, I can't remember the question. So the question is, why did the author include this? Okay, so you would start it with, I think the author included this number. And, I'm thinking if it's 650 million, it's going to show how popular his books are. And then I would probably go a step further and say, this shows why, they're still in the classroom. So this shows why they're still in the classroom. So I noticed the signpost, my third one, and I made a note about it. And so I'm going to post comment. Okay, we got two more. Extreme and absolute language. Well, I think the most obvious is in the title when they use the word racist. And that has to be highlighted in blue. And I've noticed the signpost. Now I've got to make a note about it. And the question with that is, why did the author include the emphasis here? So I'm going to say, I think the author, or in this case, there was more than one. So authors used this word in the title to grab our attention, right? If you see that in the title, you're thinking, what the heck is going on? So I post it. That's my note. We have one more, contrast and contradictions. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the hardest signpost to identify. And if you want to use mine, you can. The other ones I'd like for you to find your own, but this one, the contrast, the easiest one to see in this article is the tension between Seuss and Seuss-free classrooms. And we were supposed to highlight that in purple. And you'll notice and there's also some overlap, right? Because we have that word there that we didn't know. But we're going to make another box. And the question with that is, what is the difference and why does it matter? So the difference matters here. If I could type, because this shows classrooms that either have Seuss books or they don't. Okay, so if you want to use that one of mine, I'm really fine with it. Okay, then you were supposed to answer the questions. What you can do is Well, wait, before I do that, let me see if I put it at the end of the article. No, the questions weren't there. These big questions, you can copy and paste them. So Control C and go to the end of the article, and Control V. And then you can just answer those 3 questions. And again, please don't make them more difficult. It's really just kind of, honestly, after we read the article, what did surprise you? Okay. What did the author already think you know? And what challenge, changed, or confirmed what you already knew? So that is annotating a nonfiction article with the nonfiction notice and note signpost. I hope this helps you. Please reach out to me, email, so that I can help you if you have any questions. All right. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.